this is going to be a much shorter podcast.
Welcome to Talk, Work It To Me.
Welcome to Talk, Work It To Me. So the last two podcasts there was a lot of chat.
We went deep.
We went deep. So mainly because we're running out of time in the studio, we're going to just make this one a short, sharp.
You mean this isn't our living room?
This is not our living room.
You would decorate it like this, though.
I would decorate it like this, but you're a very clumsy man. So there would be tomato sauce, tea, coffee.
But for the listeners, our small number of listeners, we're in a very tasteful, like, what would you call it? Ecru, I think is the colour you'd call this. I've hit my head on the lights and the lighting rig like 3 times.
Yeah.
It's not our living room.
It's not our living room. So we're going to make this podcast practical, short, sharp. And shall we just dive straight in, Henry, to audience questions?
Let's do it. We have audience questions and we're ready for them. How do I feel like more of an expert? Like, how do I get the confidence in myself? Because I know this stuff, but and I'm paraphrasing their words here. Like, I know this stuff, but how do I get other people to know that I know this stuff?
It's so tricky, isn't it? Because so many people are paid for our expertise. You know, you're paid to be an expert, you're paid to know stuff. And so we often have to convey expertise. We have to go into situations and be like, listen to me, I am an expert. And then at the same time, we have this inner voice telling us to be humble or don't brag or don't be a show off, or do we actually know what we're talking about? Am I really an expert? Even the word expert is phenomenally loaded. You know, if I went and I said to you, it would be easier for you, but like, what are you a total expert in? Can you look me in the eye and with total full-bodied authenticity tell me what you're an expert in?
No, I mean, the cringe I was like, I'm an expert in being me.
That's so embarrassing. Never say that again.
I'm the best me I can be. No, like, there's things I know about, but you always have that. There's always a bigger fish, right? There's always someone who knows more than you. And you always, I think most people have that at the back of their mind. Who am I to say this? Who am I to be like, I know loads about this and I'm a reliable, trustworthy source and you should listen to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's very difficult. So I think first we have to reframe what we mean by expert. Expert does not mean you know more than literally everybody else in the world ever. It does not mean you are finished. It does not mean you know everything there is to know about something. It just means you know enough. You know a lot. So I think first when we talk about owning our expertise, we first have to understand that expertise just means that you have learned something, you live it, you've studied it, you've spent time doing it. Within those parameters, we're all expert in at least like 7 things. And so maybe as a first exercise, write out the things you are an expert in. I'm an expert without a doubt in communication. I would also probably say that I'm an expert in the Dixie Chicks, also now known as The Chicks. I've listened to every single album many, many times. What are you an expert in, Henry?
I'm an expert in 1990s WWF wrestling.
Yes.
I'm an expert in the competitive world of chess. So not as a chess player, but as a chess observer.
Yes.
I'm an expert in AI. I'm an expert guitar player.
Yes.
I am an expert in sporting trivia.
And it's so nice to watch, if anyone who's watching this, just having that little reframe. You would have struggled to say I'm an expert in AI at the beginning of this podcast. Like reframing it slightly and starting with the silly stuff we're an expert in, like, is a bit of an entryway. So that's the first thing. We've got to reframe what we think about what the word expert means. And the other thing is, we all know this at this point, but humans are inherently negative. We have a negativity bias. We evolved to focus on the bad stuff and not the good stuff. Like, you know, we didn't evolve to be like, wow, I have such an amazing relationship with my family. We evolved to be like, will I die? Am I going to die? Is today the day I die? Is there death here? Like, that's a kind of our baseline. And so often what happens to us, and I say us, it happens to all of us, is we get 5 years into our career and we still feel like the person we were on our very first day because we've naturally remembered the mistakes, the difficult conversations, the time we messed up, and all of the phenomenally good stuff we've done we've forgotten. And I work with so many people that are, panic prepping for a meeting that they could do in their sleep because we forget our experience.
This feels like you're subtweeting at me as well.
Henry does this. Henry will panic prepare and prepare so much for stuff that you know so well. Because
I'm the master of the 273 slide deck
yes,
for a 15-minute chat.
You really psych yourself out, but a lot of people do. Whereas I have learned, which is the more unusual thing, I can go into a training room and I don't have to know exactly what I'm going to say because I trust my years of expertise and I trust that I am prepared. And then that A, saves us time, and B, allows us to respond to the needs of the room way more. So what we need to do in order to get to that point is internalize our expertise. So what are you doing well? What do you know? We have to take that time to consciously add it in. And I like to think of maybe a video game and your character is bling blonk. You can tell I don't play video games. you can literally bling blonk, bling bling.
On your Commodore 64.
Okay, I tell you the last video game that I played religiously. Yes. It was our family's Sega Mega Drive in the 90s, and I used to play Sonic as a kid. I would love to play that now.
What was it like going around in your horse-drawn cart back then?
But you would zoom Sonic round and you would pick up the gold coins. You got to pick up the gold coins. You have to pick up the gold coins. When you do something well, you have to grab it and you have to put it into your memory. You've got to give your brain evidence. Here's another thing, last thing, doing this fast podcast. Affirmations don't really work, my friends. Affirmations don't really work. And I see this, there's people all over the internet, and I've done it myself.
You've
Hold my hands up.
affirmed.
I've affirmed. Oh, I have affirmed. But you always get people being just tell yourself you can do it. Look in the mirror and be like, I believe in you. Okay, that's fine. Affirmations are better than telling yourself you're a piece of shit before you have to do something. If we're picking between those two things.
If you're forced to choose.
Yeah, if we're picking between those two things, pick the affirmations. But do you know what actually does tend to work better?
What?
Henry, do you believe that you can deliver a decent podcast about AI?
Yes.
There you go. You don't affirm, you ask yourself a question. So instead of being you got this, girl, that is actually lovely and it's much better than beating yourself up. But what's even better is taking a moment to go, do I believe I can deliver this? Do I believe I can do an okay job? Do I believe I can get through this meeting alive? Do I believe? And asking yourself that question, and I'll link to the research in the companion. Questions are better than affirmations. And I always do this to people when someone's like, oh, I'm so nervous about public speaking. I'm always like, okay, yeah, welcome to your humanity. You are going to be nervous. So knowing that we're going to be nervous, is there a part of you that also believes that it'll be okay? Is there a part of you that also believes you'll be good at it? And so go to questions. And that is how we start to internalize our expertise. And then you do that constantly for 10 years and you can walk into a room and be like, don't fuck with me.
And you do.
I do.
Yeah. I don't fuck with you.
You try sometimes.
I really try. I get the eye.
You kick and scream.
I squall. I kick up a fuss. But I also don't have a bedtime. So.
You don't know. No one. He does not have a bedtime. Okay.
So I've got a couple of thoughts off that.
Yes.
The first one is this. There's an idea around coaching in sports, and it's not the best players that make the best coaches. You can play the best, but it doesn't mean you're an expert at teaching other people. And also the idea that often the people who learn from the best are just a little bit ahead of you. So I think sometimes when people say, I'm not an expert in this because I don't have, I didn't do my PhD in marketing and I don't have 30 years of experience, but actually you're more relatable to people who you might want to teach or might want to learn off you if you've been doing it 2 or 3 years, because you still remember that beginner's mindset. I used to teach guitar. I used to give guitar lessons.
Did you?
Yeah,
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, not to many people. There was definitely one person whose mum just took pity on me. It was like, you need some pocket money.
Okay.
I'll get him to teach my lad guitar.
That's really sweet.
Results were ropey. But what I used to do is I play guitar right-handed, and I would pick up a guitar and play it left-handed to have that sense of empathy with, like, when you look at someone, like, how can they not put their fingers there? Like, I understand it's difficult, but surely, it's just taking them a while to get this. And so what I would do is I would try and do the same thing with the hand I wasn't used to playing. And it would give me such a sense of, oh, this is difficult.
Yeah.
Like, contorting your hands in this unfamiliar shape and unfamiliar way is hard. And I think where a lot of people really excel in their expertise, or their early stage expertise, is they can still remember what it was like to be a beginner. They can still remember what it was like when things were hard. And that gives them incredible empathy and makes them fantastic teachers.
That's nice.
Yeah. The other thing on that public speaking, it's incredibly unnatural to stand up in front of a room full of people and talk uninterrupted. And what I find people sometimes do is you have this fear that someone's going to grab the conversational ball and run away with it if you're doing a presentation. And so sometimes people talk quite quickly, or they feel you do lots of ums.
You're worried you'll lose control.
So you're like, okay, so what we'll do next? Because if I'm making noise, then you can't make noise over me.
Yeah, they'll keep talking the whole time.
Yeah. And actually, for most presentations, there are obviously exceptions. Maybe it's different with a hostile audience, but for most people's presentations or talking to people at work, when it's you delivering, people are going to listen, and they're going to sit there and they're going to listen.
They're at least going to pretend that they're listening.
They're at least going to pretend. They might be checking their emails under the desk, but they're not interrupting you if they're checking their emails. So to let go of a bit of that tension of, if I stop talking, the other person is going to jump in, because that's how interpersonal speech is for almost everyone. Everyone else is waiting for their turn and is looking for that opening. So we fill the blank space with ums and ahs and energetically, no, I'm not finished. But you don't need to do that when you present.
That's so nice. And I think often if somebody wants more gravitas, like, I think real pro speakers can vary tone and style. So sometimes it might be like really quick and really animated and very excited, and like, oh my God,
I've got no time.
But then sometimes, especially with an important point that you really want to land, you slow it down. And so it's about mixing the pace and giving texture to a talk. I feel like I've got to ask you an audience question.
You do?
Let me do a quick time check. Oh, okay. No, we don't have time. So we've got to do bot or not on the draft.
Question free this week. I've got off scot-free.
You've got off scot-free.
Woo-woo.
Okay, so bot or not?
Bot or not?
Bot or not?
Bot or not? I would like to talk about advanced bots.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bend that to my will. Bot or not, I think we should throw our hardest problems at AI. I think by the time this podcast comes out, GPT 5.6 will be out. Fable 5 will be again out on wide release. It's going to be snatched away in a couple of days, but then it's going to be re-released.
Tell people about these things.
Okay, so these are the latest models from Anthropic and ChatGPT. Basically, every release of the models, and most people have no idea. I'm using GPT 4.7 strawberry light mochaccino flavor. Like, no one knows. No one cares. No one cares apart from nerds over here. But about every 2 months now, an updated, newer AI model is released, and incrementally they seem to be getting better and getting better slightly faster, which suggests that the rate of change is increasing or improving, and they're going to continue to get better. Now, where a lot of people are still stuck is they're still stuck in the mindset of, I asked ChatGPT something in 2024 and it hallucinated. And now some of these latest models are making genuine contributions to maths, to physics, to finding out new knowledge. And
do you have any examples?
I do. So there's a field of study called the Erdos problems, which is named after Paul Erdos, who was a Hungarian mathematician who was addicted to amphetamines. His friend bet him that he was addicted. He's like, I bet you can't give up amphetamines for a month. So poor Ladosh did. And then at the end of the month, he said, I've proved that I'm not addicted to amphetamines, but you have set the field of mathematics back by 1 month. Legend. Never had a house, never married, slept on people's sofas, like
Just maths.
just
all the way down.
maths, all the way down. Yeah. And he left a series of about 1,200 unsolved mathematical problems called the Erdos problems. Some of them he created, others of them were just like really interesting things in maths that no one knew how to do. And over the past few months, mathematicians have used AI, but also like regular people. There's a guy called Luke. Just Luke.
Not bloody Luke.
Not bloody Luke. And he's on the $200 a month highest tier ChatGPT plan, which gives you access to the latest model, GPT 5.5 Pro. By the time this comes out, it'll be 5.6 Pro. And he was just like, have a read of this. Can you solve it? And 80 minutes later, it had.
No, so
Yeah.
just a guy called Luke.
Basically, like just like a mildly interested nerd like me.
And the world is full of mildly interested nerds.
The world is full of people like me.
Yeah.
So throw your hardest problems at AI, whether it's like, what should my life strategy be, or here's 10 years of my bank statements. What's my deal?
Yeah.
But don't expect it to get it right first time. So the method that people are using for AI to solve these hard mathematical problems is they'll open up 10 chat windows and they'll put the same problem in 10 different chat windows and hit go. And like 9 times it won't solve it or won't resolve, and 1 time it will stumble on the problem. Exactly like a human. Like if you're trying to solve a hard problem, you're probably not going to get right the first go. But if you keep working it, if you try different angles, you will probably get there. And the same way with AI, although with AI, it's quite hard for it to know the things it's done before so you just start 10 different chat windows, same prompt, same like hard problem in all of them.
Yeah.
And see what comes back.
Also, I think literally everybody listening to this should put 10 years of bank statements into AI and go, what's my deal?
What's my deal?
What's my deal?
Yeah.
Remember when we saved like £1,000?
It was £9,500.
£9,500.
I'm like, I know the numbers. Yeah, so we put a year's worth. So we So we put both our individual bank statements in, and we both run a limited company, so we put both our limited company statements in. I'm like,
what's our deal?
What's our deal? Have a go. Like, I feel like we're spending a lot of money. Do we need to be spending that? And it pulled out everything we were spending and then pulled out some suggestions. And what was really interesting was it took some of the software that we were using and it said, okay, you're paying this much a month for these different bits of software for your business. You could drop down to this tier. Or tell me about your usage, like how many emails are you sending to your marketing list? Oh, it's that many. Okay, well, I found this other service that will match that performance, but for a third of the price. So it goes deep if you just say, what's my deal?
What? We said £9,500.
£9,500.
Thank you for doing that, you and AI.
Really, it paid
for itself. Does that mean I have an extra £9,500 to spend?
That's all in your ISA now. Locked away.
Locked away. Okay, so speedy episode. Shall we go straight to the draft?
The draft. The draft. The draft.
This is actually a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
Ages of life.
Okay. Kirsty, what should we draft this week?
Okay, so we're thinking about time.
We are thinking about time.
We don't have much of it. So why don't we draft like ages of life? So you can have like childhood, 20s.
Yes, almost like a drop down on a form.
Yeah.
Okay, are you like 0 to 15, 16 to 24?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's draft that. I don't know who won last time. I can't even remember.
Almost certainly me.
No, you didn't, because I had coffee.
Oh, yeah. So you're buzzed, you're alert.
Yeah.
Okay, you start, although I do think it is an unfair advantage.
It's definitely an unfair advantage.
This stone is... Have I won a single one? We should keep track of this.
I don't think you're great at this. Do you remember when we did emotions and you picked happiness, joy, and love, like some kind of sign you'd buy from Bargain Madness? Oh, Debbie, I bought you a nice sign for your house. Oh, look, it says joy, happiness, love. Oh, that's nice.
That's dead nice, that is. Oh, I'll hang out by the fridge magnets.
Okay, so you want to grade this. So actually, you can go first.
Okay. I'm choosing 16 to 24 for the young person's rail card.
That's the kind of thinking that doesn't win you the draft, because we can all agree that yes, you get a young person's rail
I
card,
do.
16 to 24, but for most of us, they're not great years. They're fraught with emotional. I mean,
Yeah, you're saving a third on rail travel.
And in the UK, that is
Yeah,
big savings.
Yeah, you're establishing a strong financial foundation for the rest of your life.
Okay, so I am going to pick. It's going to be difficult because many of them we've not yet lived.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, no, what I'm going to pick, I don't know what the official bracket is, but I'm going to pick like 90 to 120. No,
Yes.
I'm going to pick like 80 to 110.
Okay, so when you said 90 to 120, I was going to come at you with some facts about super centennials.
Do it.
Oldest woman ever to live, she lived to 117.
Yeah.
But like the second oldest person lived to like 114. And then there's a couple on 113, a few on 112. So you look at life expectancy tails off. Mm-hmm. And then there's this one outlier, this French woman called like Jean.
But didn't they find out that like she was her daughter?
Yes, yes. They were like, no one batted eye. They're like, oh, this woman lived older than anyone who's ever lived by a significant margin. Must have just been the chocolate and cigarettes. And then, but then no one had seen her and her daughter in the same room for like 50 years. And it was all very smoke and mirrors. And then they were like, maybe, I mean, she looks, for 117, she looks pretty sprightly, but, I'd buy that she's 95. And almost certainly it was just her daughter pretending to be her, because the French pension has always been very generous. So she just claimed an extra 30 years of pension payments after her mum died.
I mean, that's fantastic.
Allegedly. I mean, everyone in the story is very long dead now, but that's the truth that I choose to believe.
Okay, so I've picked old age, basically. So
yeah. I think that's the best one.
Yes.
Because, so I'm not sure if I've ever told you this, I want to be like a super centenary actor and sports person. Like, I've missed the boat on being like a young, handsome heartthrob actor.
You've just
and I've missed
the
the boat on an international sporting career. Just by a whisker.
You were so close.
I could have been the only Oscar-winning, World Cup-winning, Ashes-winning Olympian, Emmy Award-winning, Tony Award winner. But
exactly.
When you're 90, like, I feel like the competition's so low. Like, you just have to stay in the game. And I always think it's really cool when you see, like, there was a Good Charlotte video, the first Good Charlotte video that came out. It was like a load of old people acting like young emos, skating.
Yes, I remember.
Yes. And I was like, that must be so fun to be an older person and still think, I'm going to get amongst it. Mm-hmm. It's a casting call for people to skate around in Converse and like smoke from bongs and play guitar topless as a 75-year-old.
Amazing.
Want that. So jealous you took that.
Yeah.
But I do have the rail card. Next, I'm going to be a bit live, laugh, pray, eat, love. And I'm just going to choose the age bracket I'm in now.
Yeah, nice one.
I'm in a great season.
It's a really good season. I think late 30s, early 40s.
Mid-30s.
And what's really nice is I get the sense that as you get older, I remember when I have friends who are now in their 20s turning 30s, I'm always like, welcome, it's really good here. And I think when you turn 40, people are like, your 40s are so good. And then you turn 50 and people are like, 50s are where it's at. And that's just really beautiful, I think.
Yeah.
But there is...
Until we find out it's all a coping mechanism. But so far, I'm loving it.
Yes. A woman called Edith, who wrote a book called The Gift, she recently passed away, R.I.P., a phenomenal woman. She was in Auschwitz and then she became a psychologist.
Yes, you've told me about her.
And her work is amazing. And there is a quote in one of her books that said, the only people who truly know how to live are the very young and the very old. Everybody else in the middle, we just get kind of like bogged down in our like mortgages and I don't know.
Worried about getting likes on our posts.
And our rail card.
Yeah, just mundane stuff.
So I've got the very old and I'm also going to be a kid. I'm going to be a child. I'm just going to be frolicking.
Okay, what's your bracket for child?
Like, I feel children get good at 5. So like 5 to 11.
5 to 11.
3 to 11. 3 to 9. Something like that. Peak child.
Okay, because you've left the gap from 11 to 16, and there is no way in hell I'm picking that.
No, I am not
you could not
picking
drag
that.
me back to there. But I was very popular at school. I liked maths.
I bet you were.
I liked maths, and I liked chess, and I wore glasses and had ginger hair.
Oh.
Yeah, right?
You get bullied?
Please. Of course. So
I would have stood up for you. I would have fought them. I was scrappy at school.
Yeah, that would have made it even cooler. Having my girlfriend 2 years below me stand up for me. I love that for you. I love the scrappy energy.
Yeah, that wouldn't have really worked for you.
It would work for you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take 0 to 3 then. I'm just in a fugue state. I'm just a very jolly fugue state, and people are putting me in nice outfits.
A bit like you today after your 2 hours sleep.
Yes. He just put a Greg's chicken oval in my hand and pushed me towards the studio.
Okay, I'm going to take, I've got old, I've got young, I'm also going to take midlife. So I'm going to do like, I don't really know what midlife is
I think
nowadays.
I've got 35 to 44, so you got to
Okay, so I'll do 45 to 60.
That's a very wide bracket. I've taken a 10-year gap.
And you took 0 to 3.
Yeah, okay, so I've got 13 years. You've got 90 to 120 and 45 to 60. You're very greedy.
Yeah, because I'm just setting my own parameters. Life is not about what you deserve, it's about what you take. Okay. So
I'm taking everything that you haven't taken. That means that's a poison chalice.
Yes, you've got teen years.
I've got 11 to 16. I've got 25 to 35. I've got 60 to 90. I'm drawing a pension. I get a senior person's rail card as well. I'm swimming in rail cards.
And on the fact that you've managed to take all the rail cards, thank you so much for joining our podcast. We have run out of time.
We run out of years. We run out of pep.
Cut.
Thank you for the lovely podcast.